We were actually having a slumber party at her house for her little sister. Just out playing in the woods, just like little girls would do. And we found a bag out of place, wasn't sure why it was there, and we opened it to see what it was, and it was the baby.
I mean, and you were how old?
I was 12.
So, and you mentioned you thought it was a turkey at first.
We did. It looked like some sort of meat, like a chicken or something of that nature.
So pretty traumatizing. Kind of walk us through what's going through your mind as a 12-year-old.
What is this? Why is it here? Wasn't really sure at first. There were about 4 of us, and we just really we couldn't put it together. And so we went home, got her mom, and asked her what we needed to do. Asked her to investigate it, check it out.
And did you
Yeah, I
ever
went
realize?
there and I saw it, and then I came back and called the sheriff's office. Then the news was out there, and the sheriff, and it was a busy day.
When you figured out it was a baby, I mean, what was your reaction?
Yeah, it was just shocking, especially to be in a pink garbage bag. Anyway.
I mean, you mentioned the afterbirth was still in there?
Yeah, it looked like that was still there.
And so back to you guys, how did that change, I guess, the course of your lives, being so young, finding something so disturbing, so tragic?
We think about it. We've wondered all this time, who did this? Why did you do this? Where would this baby be now?
What about you?
I'm actually the older sister, so I wasn't there when that happened, but I'm the one who requested that they take another look at the case after Julie Valentine's mother was found. Just because Julie Valentine left such a legacy behind. There's been so many wonderful, wonderful things that have been done in her memory, and I never could wrap my head around why there wasn't anything said about this baby boy after the day it happened. For 30 years, no one knew. Nobody talked about it. We never knew anything, and it did affect those girls. One has passed away, one is very ill, and Robin is here with us, and another girl she's dealing with it as well, but it did affect her kids.
Did you ever wonder if these cases were connected through this time?
Even when I asked that it be reopened, I would have never, ever imagined that it would be the same mother, ever.
And you reached out to the Greenville News.
I actually wrote a post in a Facebook group that I'm in, Greenville Natives, and it was brought to the attention of Elizabeth Fleur, who's a reporter, and she took it to the law enforcement center. So I just could never understand why there was nothing ever done for this baby boy.
I mean, now, 30 years later, we're having this today. How does that feel?
Well, now 30 years later, I've got a grandson, a new grandson. He's 5 months old, and it means a lot, a whole lot.
How does that impact your day-to-day when you have kids of your own and you're thinking about someone doing this to a child?
It's unimaginable. I don't understand it. I don't think that it's got to have a lot to do with mental illness, and I think there's a lot of that goes unknown and undiscussed and untreated. And until that's addressed, I think we're going to still have problems like this until that's, really looked at in a very hard light.
And y'all are cousins, correct?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And I'm trying to think what else.
Do you guys see her photograph, like the perp walk and everything, when she get found out on bail and everything too?
The suspect?
Like, yeah, the suspect and everything. Did you all see? What was your first reaction when you saw that?
When you saw her?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it was the same person. I couldn't believe it.
When I woke up the morning after it was released that she was the same mother, my phone must have had 20 text messages and missed calls. Can you believe this? Did you know this? Would you have ever guessed this? No, not in a million years. I was shocked.
So true tragedy, but in the face of it, there's been this Julie Valentine Center in the first baby's honor. So, I mean, what does that mean to you to find a little bit of a silver lining somehow in this case?
Oh, knowing what the Julie Valentine Center does is I mean, it's overwhelming. And the peace, I just feel a peace now. I mean, it's, wondering all these years, who did this? Why did this happen? And knowing that justice is being served for both of those precious lives.
What did you think about some of the remarks made today by local leaders about, how this has really brought the community together?
Agree, 100% agree. I feel like it has brought a lot of people together.
Absolutely. I mean, the Julie Valentine case was always so huge with the Julie Valentine Center and everything. So I think that was near and dear to everybody's heart in Greenville. And this just, makes it tenfold that there was an older brother, there was a baby boy. And the lady that is the mother, she has other children, and she's lost another child. So I think there's a lot that we don't know. I don't know that we'll ever know.
You mean she's lost another child? Are you talking about Ellie?
No, she had a set of twins, and the daughter died either at birth or right after birth.
So I guess viewers have always asked us about the father, questions surrounding that, why he was never charged in either of these deaths. What goes through your mind when you think about that?
I'd like to know why, but I always assumed that she hid the pregnancy and that the father didn't know. I mean, it wasn't until I started seeing and hearing so many people asking those questions and people saying it was the same dad that I was like, wait a minute, they do need to look at this. He's involved in this.
Once is a mistake. Twice, that's a big coincidence that he didn't notice something twice. And she has 2 older children before these 2 children. So there's a lot of mystery that goes into this case. I know the last 2, the twin that didn't pass, and then there's another daughter. She abandoned those children when they were babies with the father, and it doesn't have anything to do with them. That's probably a blessing. So.
Do you know this woman, or is this just what you've heard from people?
I went to high school and have been friends with the girl for, 30, 40 years. She grew up in our neighborhood too. And she was best friends with the dad of the twins and the little girl that she abandoned.
Wow.
There's a lot to this story, and I think, I don't know how much we'll ever uncover. It's a trailer. It's a sad situation.